Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Company Heroes 1 replay. Spawn on the south side as the Wehrmacht player, we have War Machine. Spawn on the north side as the British forces with DmNsk 54. Or 54. If I'm saying all the other letters, I should probably say out individual numbers rather than saying 54. Or it could be DmNsk 54 or DmNsk 54. That's my best way of trying to pronounce that in one word.
Was wünschen Sie? What do you want?
Pioneers like getting the Wehrmacht quarters now.
Jawohl, mein Herr.
No, it's going for 4 Pioneer opener? Okay, this is going to be something a little bit different. Usually you see 2 to 3 Pioneers, so the 4th Pioneer is a little bit interesting. Don't tell me it's more. Pioneers what? 120, 130 manpower? Okay, he is going for more Pioneers. Okay, there's 5 Pioneers. I think he's skipping Wehrmacht quarters, so who knows what's going to happen. 2 infrasection now. Actually, it does make a bit of sense. He's going for a lot of Pioneers. Same way you see usually multiple Captain Grads when fighting against Brits. Brits are a little bit slow in grabbing a whole lot of field control. They can secure it, but initial capturing game, they're a little bit slow. So these Pioneers will net him pretty much most of the map.
Pioneer team ready.
Are they ready? Are they truly ready for what's going to happen? Because it's 5 Pioneers, and it's currently 10 Pioneer models, and there's also 10 infantry section models on the field and 1 lieutenant, so they are technically outnumbered. But not really.
Supply lines
Howdy.
are broken. We have territory cut off from supply. Pioneers here.
Fuel being captured up, this fuel point being captured up as well, munitions point being captured up, and this one being captured up as well. Like I said beforehand, he's going to capture half the map before the Brits are able to secure us territory. Speaking of which, let's switch with the Brit. Because the Brit has a higher degree of variability in openers, in which this one is a bit more passive.
Outfits ready for action.
Pioneers are falling back. Let's go back to the Wehrmacht player. I think we may see not the assault phase, or the Kriegsberg. I forget actually. Okay, now it's early in the morning. I'm drawing a blank of what that battle phase is. Assault phase is for the summery. Escalation phase. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on that phase right now. Oh, it's a great way to start the day with a stream.
Attention, the enemy advances.
Sentry point has been captured, and the truck has not been packed on up. He's gone for 3 intersections, no Bren carrier, which is actually perfect. I think maybe not perfect for the Wehrmacht player. Got the Kriegsberg now deployed now. Will we go for a Grenadier?
Captured a fuel supply.
That's a munition supply, right? Not fuel. First Grenadier being deployed on out. Going for Grenadiers rather than Volksgrenadiers does also make it so you tend to have less casualties recover, capable to be recovered if you go for a casualty, the medic bunker.
The enemy is seizing our territory.
Pioneers being deployed on out. We got both of these models firing away, getting some good damage there. Let's switch over the Brits. We may see a half track. This is usually a build order. We see the half track. I think he has enough resources for a half track. Well, I guess I have to wait and find out. You got the Brits now going for his infantry support truck, which he has not even packed up his HQ just yet. So that's quite interesting. He's trying to go gather up as much resources by capturing in order to get out that quick infantry support truck. He may eye to set up on a field point to get out early Stewart. And there's good damage there on the intersection there, and gets forced back thanks to the reinforcing Grenadiers. And the Bird player is doing a good job of capturing multiple sectors. Since he went for a lot of intersections, he's doing a good job of capturing them up. Only 1 scope rifle squad, and the lieutenant is on the field after the munitions point. He's using that for capturing up as well. We got a single Pantrak here. The Grenadiers went for a quick pantry track, likely expecting a Bren carrier, which is simply not the case.
Germans are seizing territory from us.
The Wehrmacht player... Oh, nice landmine there. And we got a quick observation post over here. The Wehrmacht player is playing this game like he's expecting his opponent to go for Bren carriers and Stewarts and other various common strategies. This has simply not been the case. So the Wehrmacht strategy is a little bit not that great. And do got this landmine here. It does get spotted by this scope rifle squad. That one model is close enough to spot it. Getting some damage there, and now we do have the half track out in the field. Does detonate the landmine there, about blowing up himself up. And just literally a single Pioneer inside of the half track right there. Got more landmines being built, very nice, so we'll likely not see a flame half track. I don't think I've ever seen a flame half track in multiplayer. And usually this type of build opener is probably the best time to try to go for a flame half track. There's Pioneer. And of course he spent his munitions on a lot of landmines and also the Panther track. One Grenadier so far, another Grenadier being deployed on out. What is the Brit going for? Does this get suppressed by the infantry half track? The infantry half track has plenty of health, has good armor. It's not a 222 or 221 or 223. 251. He does manage to crawl into that garrison. It's currently still pinned down, so he's not going to fire until it gets recovered from the suppression. Lieutenant is going to be chasing down a squad here. Scope rifle squad does not have any medics here to heal himself up. Field support truck getting out the captain. What is a Stewart? Get the exact amount. It's 70 fuel, correct? No, that's computers too. And does bring up another Pioneer squad to repair up the half track. Very nice. And this rifle and the squad does not have an officer, nor is a sector in territory. And I think he actually decaptured the sector as well. I think the Brit may have fully captured up, and since the Pioneers decaptured it, that allowed him to prevent any sort of rush down of the half track. Grenadiers are throwing out a grenade, filling their role as... Oh! Okay, that was on top of the building, not on the far side of the building. And he's got the territory back in supply, because he needs this observation post there. Build off... Oh, he lost the lieutenant as well?
We have a victory point under attack.
Was it a... No, there was a landmine. The lieutenant was in this region, was he?
Under attack.
Was it the Grenadiers? I wonder if he hit a landmine. We got some sappers being put out, and I see fuel consumed. There's a Stewart.
Enemy unit has been knocked
Oh! Canister rounds are nasty. And that squad was very, very spread out, so he got really lucky with that canister round getting a full squad wipe like that. Probably there was a panic on the build queue, and likely was refunded. Good hits there on the half track. So the Stewards is so far going quite reasonably well, and getting that canister round a full wipe there has been critical. Damage in there, so that half track is good as dead. Pack 38 is pushing his way forward. Grenadiers of Panther track advancing. And the Stewart does rotate his fire to the Panther track squad. He's not going to take time to finish off the half track. Scope rifle squad in this area, but severely wounded. Does use the medical supplies there. Getting into the second Panther track there, trying to deal with that Stewart as fast as he can. He has to rely on this single Grenadier for this. Efficiency gained. That one on the Volks Grenadiers. And only that Volks Grenadier squad. The Wehrmacht player has quite a bit of fuel stored up. He's going for the next phase now, maybe eyeing for some Stugs. Panther truck does connect, so does the Pack 38. Pack 38 should fire another shot. It takes out the Stewart there. Killing that Stewart is quite important. They got another Stewart advancing. This Volks Grenadier is almost full health. I can see the aura effect still activated. Does receive a Piet fire, but that's not critical. The half track is almost fully repaired. Its damage engine is gone at least. So it does, of course, it's going to take out the observation post. That is quite important, though it is our sector as well, so it's currently not providing any sort of income.
We are losing ground.
And now the Sappers, Piet squad is following them back. We do have some more shots observation posts. Observation posts will go down. Panther tracks are eyeing to respond, though I saw the previous canister round. Half track guns down the captain right there. And this intersection should be forced back. This intersection is falling back as well. Also, fish post does go down. Where is that grenadier? Grenadier's inside of here. And half track does force back that intersection there. Sector is captured by owls, out of territory, out of supply. The battle phase, assault battle phase has been completed. No pioneers back here. He may be going straight for the Panzer Command, skipping the Sturm Armory. Yeah, he's going to go straight for some medium tanks. And also, it wouldn't be half bad versus Stuart either. Got a single Panzer being built as well, or queued. He's quite spread out there. Does fire a random shot there. He's largely getting a lot of misses there on the Grenadier. Does charge forward. Oh, that's going to be a canister round. Oh, retreat, retreat, retreat. Canister rounds coming in.
We have lost a unit. They are attacking secure.
I hate it when I'm right like that. That's just nasty. Canister rounds are nasty. I can't blame him for not using it. Hand strikes are also quite effective. Does get a good hit there on the Stuart. He will retreat back. Panzer Command will soon be available. Let's switch back to the Brits. We got the Armor Command truck. He needs to get out of Cromwell or Firefly relatively soon. But that's with our caster vision. He may not... Oh, if he's going to get that out, he's probably going straight for our vehicle, but he doesn't have a whole lot of fuel. He needs to set that up on a fuel point and get some increased fuel. The infantry support truck is actually fully destroyed. He doesn't have it out on the field. I didn't realize that the infantry support truck actually went down. Field support truck.
Yes, sir.
He still has a Piet squad, so he can repair up that Stuart. But losing that field support truck is a bit of a problem, because primarily... Oh, good swipe there. Because not just because he can lack of deploying stuff, he won't have any more sappers in the future, nor any repair sappers for overhealing. But he also lacks ability to lock down the sector to get increased fuel income. Because if he's going for Armor Command truck, he needs a lot of fuel. He only has 44 fuel. He can get a Cromwell shortly, maybe a Staghound, depending on what he has available. That's still not a lot. He's soon going to be facing against full... Probably Panzer IVs or Ostwinds. I don't want to see a Panther. I want to see a Panzer IV or Ostwind at this moment in time. And there is an Ostwind build queue. Very nice. Hopefully get some Panzer Veteran C as well. He may go for more tanks. More tanks probably be a bit better than Veteran C. Half-track is not garrisoned, so it doesn't have its pinto mounts, or coaxials, or whatever you want to call the back of the half-track. Coaxials meant to go on a turret, so it's not that. Not really hull mount, it's put above, so it's probably, the proper term is pinto mount. But that's very, very fast Ostwind. 13 minutes in, Ostwind. This could be quite deadly. Grenade thrown onto the scope rifle squad. Oh, and that was a good grenade. 4 kills there. Not as good as a canister round, but still. Ostwind's advancing. He needs to hit that. He should have threw the grenade on the Piet squad. That's the only thing that poses a threat to the Ostwind. Since he knew the Ostwind's advancing, getting a Panzerfaust on Ostwind would have been quite good. And the Piet squad does fire Piet, rolls a big miss. Intersection does fall back. This squad is quite wounded, so even if he sticks around to fire Piets against the Ostwind, it's not going to go as well. And now a regular Panzer IV is being pulled on out. Staghound's pulled out. Hopefully he's doing that to get out of Firefly. Half-track looks like garrisoned up, does fire a burst there. Piet squad's forcing him back. Ostwind needs to make some aggression. Because it's sitting around doing nothing, it's not really... this is a momentum swing. If it's not doing anything, it's not providing momentum. Panzer IV is out in the field, which would be more than enough to deal with the Stuart and the Staghound, probably at the same time. And now we've got Vetch 1 tanks being deployed on out. Very nice. Let's switch back to the Brit. Kangaroo? As much as I like to see the Kangaroo, and I'm happy to see the unusual units, he's going to need to load the Piats in the back of it.
Down to 200 points.
Kangaroo has now deployed on the field. It is the Ram chassis, the Canadian Ram chassis, without a turret, barring the machine gun turret. Panzer IV has been spotted out as well. Maybe going for the Kangaroo was a bad idea. As much as I like to say I want to see it. Glider's available, which can deploy, of course, with the Commandos. Finds a landmine there. Very nice. Speaking about Glider, fresh Commando squad here. I don't think it's been spotted just yet. When he captures the point, it's why I will spot the Commandos. They do have Commando Doctrine selected. The Wehrmacht player, as far as I can tell, has not selected Doctrine. And knows now he doesn't really have to worry about 25 pounders, at least a long range 25 pounder, so he doesn't have to go for a Doctrine for artillery, an off-map artillery barrage. He could go for Blitzkrieg. At this point in time, with all the vehicles he's going to be pulling out and the veterans he's pulling once again, going for the Tiger line, as much as I say go for the Blitzkrieg line, but the Tiger line at this point in time would be probably better. That's forward. Also, when both deployed on out. Pioneers, letting the Pioneers find, quote-unquote, the demolition charge. Let them detonate it. Would be fine. Does spot it right there. And also, it's not targeting it. Losing a Pioneer to that is not a bad thing. Probably be a good idea. It's better to lose a Pioneer than something else much more expensive, such as Grenadier. Speaking about this Grenadier, does actually escape from the battlefield. That's his only Grenadier on the field right now. Kangaroo has been loaded up by the, looks like 2 squads, the Infantry Section Squad, and it looks like a SAP pod, the Piat Squad. Let's switch back to the Brit. Picks up the Pioneer as well. You have to load up with the Infantry Section and Piat. It has 6 mounted slots. They do have directional fire, but generally 3 to 4 is firing at all times. So, and if I remember correctly as well, the Sappers had the same guns, same DPS per model as the regular intersection. So loading up a sap in the back of a Kangaroo is not half bad. And actually that quite a bit too many guys in the back of that now. Loading up the sapper there alone is not bad. And I'm always curious as well, how does loading up a commando squad in the back of it with a Panzerschreck now? Because they do provoke close range damage, and that should be able to get them to close range no problem. Also in Panzer IV here, it looks like he's Veteran C2, since we see the Pinto mount. And plus if I click on it, I see the 2 little nubs there. Command points are heavily in favor of the Wehrmacht player. He has 2 less than 500, and the Brits down to 4 less 100 now. Staghound, Kangaroos, and Stuart's advancing. He needs to dismount the intersection so they let the anti-tank weapons fire away. Perhaps use them to hit that. Half track goes down, not a big surprise there. Pack 3, Reliant shot in. Another Commando glider has been deployed out. The Commando glider does go down there. Staghound goes down. Kangaroo civilian winning Panzer IV has plenty of health remaining. Kangaroo does go down there. And the Osman's receiving quite a bit of fire there. Commando's about ready to go down. Picks up a Panzerschreck there, retreats on back. Both Commandos has a Panzerschreck and retreating back there. Stuart does go down there. And the Oswin does go down as well. Panzer IV needs to start focusing down that Sapper squad. Does take out the infantry section there now. And now the Sapper is falling him back. Massive losses for the Brits. He still has 2 Commandos with Panzerschreck. That is still quite powerful. Getting him loaded up in Kangaroos wouldn't be half bad, but not the greatest either. This intersection should be upgraded with scope rifles and have them go around capture points while the Commandos go in and assault.
Provided frontline troops with radio triangulation equipment.
Radio triangulation can be deployed now.
Suppressive fire!
And now we've got Stormtroopers, so he has gone for Blitzkrieg. And let's see how far he went down that line. He went down Manpower Blitz and now going to Tiger Line. In this particular case, as much as I love Manpower, actually no. The amount of fuel he has, the Manpower Blitz will net him more vehicles. He sees the Kangaroos as well, so maybe a good idea to go for Mass Panzer IV. An STG squad's being deployed out as well. He doesn't need anti-vehicle, he needs anti-infantry, so the command Stormtrooper with the STGs is actually a really good item. What will he deploy out now? I'm actually hoping for Panzer IVs. I believe Panzer IVs in this situation is the good. Howdy. I just saw your message right there.
Sturmtruppen here.
And there is a Panther in the build queue. I do disagree with that. You don't need a Panther to take on Kangaroos. Panzer IVs will provide good mixed combat support. No medic station either. How much munitions does the Brit has? Quite a bit. You can spend munitions on medics. Get a casualty clearing station to get this commandos topped off in health. They are assault infantry squad. In a couple years too, at least, I know for sure that if your assault infantry squads as shock troops or assault grenadiers are wounded, they don't perform all too well. Going for a demolition charge there, very nice. A Kangaroo mounted with a commando of a Panzerschreck would be quite good. Oh, finds that landmine we saw planted in the beginning of the game. Stormtroopers are now engaging. They could use a bit more veterancy and more men and retreats back. Does deploy out the Panther there. Let's skip the British player selected for the time being, since he has radio intercept available. So now we can see what the Brits deploying out, or at least the not Brit, Wehrmacht players deploying out, as well as the Brits' action. Panther, of course, is veterancy 2. Nothing being queued there, nothing being queued here. And this one-man intersection that's a sneeze away from death is still alive. Looks like he went ahead and salvaged the carcass of the glider. Very nice. Does throw out the military charge there. One wrong shot could detonate it. It does capture the fuel point there as well. Good at there. Staghound. I'm not sure. This is a fresh Staghound. I'm pretty sure the previous one did go down there. Now do got, of course, the decoy barrage and the 25-pounder barrage. He has enough munitions for 2 actual barrages. And, of course, decoy barrage is free. So he has infinite amount of those remaining. He does get another infantry support truck there. Deploy the munitions point there. Very nice. Is it affected? Oh, it has a damaged engine there. It's glowing like it's affected by some sort of aura effect. Good hit there. We do have the Panzer IV still alive. Panther getting repaired up. We do, of course, have this repair bunker. Right now, the Brits doing a good job of maintaining VP control, while the Wehrmacht player is just not doing it all too well. And he still has demolition charges on... Nope, this one looks like it got cleaned up, or has been detonated. I see some... raiders there.
Reporting a sector is under attack.
Who's going to be loading the P in the back of the Kangaroo. He is low on manpower as well.
NCO's reporting they have destroyed a German target.
Good hits there.
Jerry's pushed through our lines and is trying to take a victory point.
Does spot both these Pack 38s. He really does not need to deploy out a Panther with 2 Pack 38s. It's not at this... Oh! Land artillery barrage somewhere up here. Nails the stormtroopers, and there goes the stormtroopers. That is a nice little pick there. Commandos are charging as well, and this machine gun bunker, of course, faces the wrong direction, so he will get some Panzerschreck shots on this infrastructure. He got the Camp Graf Center, wouldn't be half bad. He's going to some veterancy there, and he got his Vet 3 vehicles. Now it's a good time to get out of Vet 3 Tiger Panzer. Commandos are quite wounded there. Seems some good hits there from the Stormtroopers. Stormtroopers are likely to get some STGs relatively soon, but they do fall back. Something deployed out there. Let's quick look. Another Panzer IV, very good. Kangaroo load up with Piets. Nothing wrong with the Armor HQ. Does use a smoke grenade there to get behind the lines. Stormtroopers, are they being upgraded with STGs? Nope, just reinforced. They could use some medical crates right there now. Going for the demolition charge. Now's a good time for the stormtroopers to attack. They have plenty of bolt action rifle fire, and now 2 commandos are streaming on forward. Panzer 4 coming to respond as well. Vet 3 Panzer 4s, he's soon to be fighting 2 of them. In the bunker will be nice, but not critical. Also, the Pantrax could have took it out, given enough time. Panzer 4 gets a deadly hit right there. Detonates that bunker. Staghound trying to get some rear armor hits down the Panzer 4 is not going to go well, but the PS finds some good hits there. Other Panzer 4s moving its way forward. This needs to back off. They do hit the same Panzer 4 as well. Good hits there onto the Kangaroo, however. This other Panzer 4, yep, it's going to stay there fight now. He has to roll some misses and hit down the other one. Spreading out the fire. There goes Kangaroo. This actually was 2 squads of sappers in the back. And of course, without that bunker, well, that bunker's facing the wrong way. Takes out the Kampfkraft Center, so he won't get any veteran infantry. But does fall back there. Does a repair bunker here. And there's the Panther. I was wondering where that went. He will have a significant amount of reversal of that 3 Panther. AT guns do get overran, but all he needs to do is not make sure that the commandos doesn't capture them. Hitting them, and he actually load up an MG42 inside the bunker. That will provide him 360 coverage, and that suppress the commandos. As long as he makes sure that he should destroy the PaK-38s. They're more of a liability than a help at this point in time. Because whatever Kangaroo's going to deploy out is going to be hunting down Panzer IVs. Not trying to engage the infantry. We got a nice squad of Knights Crossholders here. A little bit of disagreement right there. I didn't go for Storm. I would like to see Stormtroopers over Knights Crossholders, but Knights Crossholders are much more durable, that's for sure. And it won't have any veterans anytime soon. You will need to rebuild the Kampfkraft Center. But that's more of a principal thing of Stormtroopers versus Knights Crossholders. Stormtroopers is offer camouflage, which can be very, very useful. Rose missed it there. That counts as engine damage. Pantrick is advancing. Rolls a miss.
We have lost.
Heard a lost a unit. Must have been demolition charge. He does not have any pioneers there. Looks like whatever it was trying to capture this point. He will need to get out some more pioneers. None on the build queue. He does have enough for a couple. He may be eyeing just to use that single repair bunker, but that's still not enough repairs in my opinion. If there was 2 or 3 repair bunkers there, sure, that would make sense. But pioneers are also cheap enough to help recapture all these other sectors. Be able to be out everywhere. Another Panzer IV being built. Got a wave of Panzer IVs. And right now, the Wehrmacht player just needs to focus on the VP game. His opponent doesn't have a lot of VPs. The longer waits, the more time the Brit can get back in the game and actually win the game.
Jerry's cut forward supply lines.
Fresh Kangaroo. Now he knows also to keep this Panzer IVs grouped up so they don't get rushed down by a single Kangaroo.
Forward supply lines are broken.
He does spot the munitions cache there. Getting the munition caches destroyed would be quite useful to help prevent the manpower blitz. And now a third Panzer IV has been deployed on out. Do we see any pioneers in the build queue? See a grenadier. I would say pioneer. Scope Rifle Squad is severely wounded. He has not casualty clearing station there from medics. This intersection will potentially escape on out. Doesn't receive any hits there. And there's no demolition charges here. Does spot the demolition charge here. Having trouble, maybe force find the ground rather than trying to use attack order. Whereas right now they're reining him far behind. Attack ground may be a bit better. Can I click on the demolition charge? I don't think I can click on it and see how much health it has remaining. Staghound is advancing, does receive hit there by the Panzer IV. Now we've got the PS2 Kangaroos now advancing. This Panzer IV needs to hit hitting the Kangaroos. The Staghound doesn't provide enough damage output to warrant their ire. Good misses there on the Panzer IVs. Good hits there onto the Kangaroos. Need to focus them down. Panther's coming to respond as well. Rear armor hits there onto this Panzer IV. Very nice. He's trying to go for a base race situation. Taking out both these Kangaroos. Good allow the Panzer IVs to advance forward. Gains good damage on the infrastructure now. It will take quite a bit of time there, and the Panther and Panzer IV should be able to clean this all up. And now we've got the other Pack 38s and Panzer IVs. Keep the Pack 38s in defense of the base at this one time may be a good idea. Good damage on the infrastructure, but one Pioneer can repair it up. Barrack may go down. Minor loss there. Wehrmacht Corps actually was built for that MG42. Pack 38 lining up shot onto this Kangaroo now. This Panzer IV has not been properly microed over here. And that one does get manga destroyed. And that Kangaroo does go down. The other Kangaroo will go down. Does get dismounted there and needs to do a full retreat, getting suppressed. Staghound does go down as well. These forces are getting quite bunched up. May get the Kriegsberg there off 25-pounder barrage running on it, but will pick up Panzer Command. Does throw a grenade there, getting a decent stun grenade there from the Stormtroopers. And now maybe a good idea for this all this medium armor to run them down. If I look over here, all the Panzer IVs are quite healthy, and the Panther as well. Now it's time to rush them down. If your opponent's attacking like that, do the same. Just when he gets his force cleaned on up. And the right headquarters still has plenty of health. You will need to get out another Panzer Command, that's for sure. These Panzer IVs will get some great damage right there. Leaving that one there is a good idea. Panther and other Panzer IVs are advancing. Panther is slowly advancing. Could take time to capture this VP. So there's a demolition charge as he spotted earlier. And decides not to enter the base. There's a lot of anti-tank vehicle weapons there, that's for sure. Repair bunker still up. And decides to just back out of the base, which is definitely the safe option. But I probably would have gone a bit more aggressive myself. Does spot another demolition charge there. Though he may not realize his demolition charge. Those are regular repair pioneers, not a Pioneer squad. And he may not realize it's right there just yet. Those demolition charges are oh so annoying sometimes. As you can see here, you have trouble clicking on them. Fuel support truck may go down. Let's switch back to the Brits. He's low in manpower, plenty of munitions, and only has one sapper squad, so losing this is actually relatively important.
We have a
Fresh Staghound.
under attack.
And your support truck does go down.
RAF will be providing us HQ glider support.
HQ glider can be deployed on out. Stormtroopers does spot this. Panzer IV is coming to respond to it. This one is getting repaired up by the bunker, but has plenty of health at the moment.
We're losing a munition site.
And you could activate this demolition charge. It's probably gonna go for mass. Oh, Stu. Stu's not bad. Does withstand those Panzer shots. He, of course, doesn't have access to his Panzer Command there. The Wehrmacht Corps is deploying out something. MG42, that can be decent. Perhaps on its own HQ. That will help prevent the infantry from rushing in force. Whole squad right there, very nice. It does get one demolition charge. And the Commando's not falling back. And the Pioneers should take time to repair that up. And throwing the MG42 inside the garrison, I actually agree with. Because Commandos there could have been locked down by a single MG4 too. Does wipe out that commando squad as well. It's not looking for good for the brick player right at the moment. I think he spent a bit too much on those kangaroos. Should have got a firing line of fireflies potentially, but against this amount of armor, it can't be a bit hard. Because this is a lot of Panzer IVs. Let's take a look at the amount of kills. Panther has 6 infantry kills. This Panzer IV has 25. 2 light vehicles, 1 tank, 11 infantry kills, 1 vehicle kill, and the Brit has backed out of the game. And 9 kills, 1 and 2 and 1. By the way, good game by both sides. This is Grade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.